What's up, my peeps? Mr. Zane Wu here, and welcome to ZW Nation. Now, damn here to bring you another What If video, and this What If is on a show that doesn't get much love on my channel, and that's Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls Z to be exact. And this will be a two-parter video. And the video is what if Bunny and Belle were in Powerpuff Girls Z. Now, the first half we'll be talking about Bonnie, like who she is. For those of you all who don't know what Powerpuff Girl Z is, and what role she could play within Powerpuff Girl Z if she was in there. The second half we'll be talking about Belle and who Belle is, and uh, what her role would be in Powerpuff Girl Z and stuff. So let me just immediately start off with what Powerpuff Girls Z is for those of you all who don't know what it is. Powerpuff Girls Z is a Japanese animated version of the Powerpuff Girls, pretty much an anime of the Powerpuff Girls. And it's a lot different from the normal American Powerpuff Girls. For one, they're more like magical girls. They're not sisters. Professor Utonium actually has a son. They don't have all their super cool powers, and the villains became villains from the same uh ray of um negative. Okay, the Powerpuff Girls were hit with positive energy, and the villains were hit with negative energy, and it all comes from not chemical X, bit chemical Z, and it's pretty weird. So now that I've explained what Powerpuff Girl Z is, now it's time to explain who Bunny is. Bunny is the fourth member of the Powerpuff Girls, created by the Powerpuff Girls. Where Professor Utonium tried to create the perfect little girls, the Powerpuff Girls themselves did not create the perfect little girl, as they created a kind of big, unstable, kind of not too bright sister, who sadly gets shunned a lot by the fan base. And at certain points, people act like she doesn't even exist. I'm starting to believe that's why they created what's her name, Bling. I can't think of her name. The new dark-skinned Powerpuff Girl within the 2016 reboot of the Powerpuff Girls. I'm starting to think that's why they made her, to be like, hey, wasn't there another Powerpuff Girl? And I guess now they're like, yeah, that's her. But no, Bonnie is the original one who sadly died within her debut. Yes, I did say that right. She died because she was very unstable and she combusted when she finally got to do the right thing within the episode that she was introduced in. Now, I feel that in Powerpuff Girls Z, they could have done her character a lot better considering how different Powerpuff Girls Z is from the original Powerpuff Girls. I believe that Bunny could have been a normal girl going to the same school as the Powerpuff Girls, who would have gotten hit with one of the rays as well, except she would have got hit with a dark ray, and it wouldn't have necessarily turned her evil, but I would have had her to be a kind of shy, awkward girl who isn't necessarily too bright. Kind of like a stereotypic dumb blonde, except she wouldn't be blonde. And the Ray would have made her more vicious, bigger, kind of monstrous in a way. In a sense, kind of like there was a two-parter in Papa Girl Z, um, pretty much connected to Bubbles. Bubbles had this friend who she grew up with who was really good at blowing bubbles and stuff. Sadly, he was hospitalized. He was paralyzed, and he got hit with a dark ray and was turned into kind of like a werewolf-based creature. So he wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but that other form kind of made him that way. And that's the way I would have done Bonnie within her introduction anyway, because unlike the original series, I would not have done her with being a one-off character. I would have had it where she would have kind of been a villain because in that monstrous form, she would have had no control of herself and she would have constantly destroyed things. More likely in a comedic type way because Papa Girl Z did push up the comedy. I'm gonna say this. Well, no, no mind, no mind. Don't want to bash on certain shows and stuff, but however it is, that show was a lot more comedic. It did have certain kind of action in it, but nowhere near the amount of action that was in the original Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, back to Bunny though. I would have had it where yes, she's in the monstrous form and she's destroying things, and I would have had the girls try to talk to her, calm her down and stuff, and she wouldn't listen. And eventually, um, her powers would have had her to turn back into the regular Bonnie, and they would have talked to her and tried to get to know her, and they would have taken her to the professor and seen can they fix her, can they make her more stable and like them where she can control her powers. But I would have had her go back to the monstrous form, kind of destroy the lab. The girls have to keep fighting her, and by the end, they tire her out, and I probably would have had her to try to pop back up on another episode where they're still trying to fix her. They're still trying to get her to control her powers. Kind of like a overarching story. Not necessarily like episode after episode, but like a couple of episodes through, and then we'd get back to the bunny problem and etc. I would have had her done a lot better than what we were originally given with the character. Eventually, I would have had her to join the team. I like who made this fan art and stuff. Like her weapon is like a shield, or I'd see it more like a frisbee, considering that Blossom has a yo-yo, and you know it feels more like it's a frisbee than a shield. But still, eventually I would have had her to join the team and to have been the fourth member because it would have been cool if we had more than just three members of the Powerpuff Girls team. I know that it was a lot of crazy stuff within the original series, as you can also see in the picture for those who know the squirrel that Bubbles became cool with. They all kind of became cool with the squirrel and kind of saved the squirrel's life by using chemical X on it and stuff. So that's a cool little nod to that. The person who made this picture really must be a fan of the Powerpuff Girls. But yeah, um, that's kind of it for Bonnie. I didn't really have like a super long story in mind. It's just I would want her to be that way where if she has to have the monstrous form, don't necessarily make her stupid or anything. Make her more out of control and crazy and wow. Kind of like Broly in a way from the Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball franchise. But um, that's about all I have. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up. If you want to tell me how you would have done Bunny and Powerpuff Girls Z, or if you even care about Bunny as a character, leave a comment down below. Subscribe, that always helps. Share, that definitely helps. Hit that bell notification icon. And I've been Mrs. Zane Wu from the ZW Nation. Be sure to look out for part 2 talking about Bell. Peace.